So it looks like we're off. All players greened up. Random gods, random map. And the map we
Okay,
get
this
is
is
Midgard.
interesting. So we have Midgard. Let me just call off the players here.
Yep.
So we got Adafang Loki, Mista Set, and Spoft Poseidon. Okay, that's interesting. Look at the top of the map here. We have Urt, and Urt is the wing player for the MPT team. He is playing Poseidon. The pocket player for MPT is Swedish Chef. He's playing Loki. Next to him is Count Von Count playing Zeus. He's also the wing player. And looking down at the side of the map, we got Mista playing Set, his favorite civilization. Mista is actually one of the most experienced civilizations is Set. Next to him, pocket player, we have Adafang playing Loki. Adafang tends to be pretty good with Norse. We've seen some Norse from him in the past. Next to him, we got Spoft, and he's playing Poseidon.
Hey,
Spoft knows Poseidon very well. He plays a lot of Greek. He's played it in last game. And I just want to talk a little bit about Urt. Now, he was unlucky in the last game where he got triple bolted by triple Zeus. We had triple Zeus by the 1v1 expert team. Spoft, Adafang, Mista. They went triple Zeus, and they triple bolted Urt. And so in this case, Urt didn't do too well in that game generally. However, he did pull out ahead, and he did quite well later in the late game. However, it wasn't enough to win for their team. Anyhow, just reading the chats here.
You know what I really like is that it's really cool about this game is that Spoft is Poseidon. Across from him is Poseidon. The middle players are both Loki, and Zeus versus Set is typically a good matchup. So this would make a good 3 1v1s if you put it like that. Obviously, it doesn't.
And you are correct. Yeah, we do have some mirror matchups here. So of course, yellow and teal are mirrored, and of course the two pocket players are mirrored. And except for the two wings there on the right-hand side, Set and Zeus.
Yeah, very
definitely be interesting.
Very interesting, and I do like the Set versus Zeus matchup. Obviously, the Mista is a very advanced Set player, probably the best Set player.
Yeah, top 3, definitely, without a single doubt in mind. Now, of course, I was just reading the chat here earlier, and Adafang said he was not going to attack water. So apparently, he's going to leave that to the Mista, probably, who will attack water himself. Not sure exactly what they have planned. Of course, it is Midgard, and not everybody has to fight water on the same team.
Especially a Loki player. Typically, what you might see from Midgard is a very good map for a Loki player to just do some kind of fast heroic and 20 battle bore strat. Obviously not 20, but I'm talking to you, Golden Axe.
Yeah. Yeah, very heavy on battle bores here. For the Loki players, of course, we can be expecting that. We do see it in almost every Loki matchup. They get the free myth units from the Hersairs.
Yeah.
And so Hersairs, they generate a lot of favor. You get a discount on the myth units. So yeah, it only makes sense to make the battle boards, which are an excellent heroic age myth unit. They do very good at raiding as well. They're quite fast, and they buck away a ton of villagers.
Anyway, we do see somewhat of a forward tempo here for Count Von Count as Zeus. Now, one thing that I would like to think is the water is very important. The water, sometimes you might think the water is not important on this map, but this map especially, you have to understand that the water is such a huge advantage. The water, even late game, mid game, all these town centers are typically close to the water. So if you have water, you can control town centers. You can now on this map, I'm noticing that the town centers aren't that close. This one's not in range. Maybe this one is the only town center. It looks like there's only one town center in range of the water. It's a bit atypical of this map, but like I said, the water is so important. You have to have this eco, and especially for the Set player here. If Adafang, the middle player here, doesn't fight for the water for the Set player, I don't like that fact. I think if the Mista needs help from the middle player, Loki, then
Well, that's what the middle players are for. The middle players are just in case you do need help.
yeah.
And of course, the good thing here actually is both Norse players have the water and they're safe there, since their two wing players should be able to protect the water. However, I'm looking at the chat. And apparently Urt is deciding whether to go full land or full water for their team. So we'll just have to see what they come up with here.
It does advance through Ares right away. Count by count through Athena. That's
Ares is quite aggressive.
quite aggressive on this map. Now we see Count von Count throwing up 2 military academies right away. He has that forward temple. He has the Minotaur right there, ready to put some heavy aggression on this set player, the Mista here.
Absolutely, and now
Chef, the Loki player, is also building up in here, sending his hero as well.
Hermes. Yeah, he gets the ceasefire as well. Of course, Swedish Chef, look how forward that building is. That's quite forward. Especially on the other side of the trees there from Count. Of course, the Mista has some nice walling there. Very nice walling. Just aging up. Upgrading that Pharaoh.
Yep, aging to Anubis. Anubis. Yeah, Anubis. Well. Anyway, an archery range as well up for Count von Count. Pretty typical Athena here. Count von Count making a few ships here on water to push the Mista off, but Egyptian is so strong, just having those docks. And one thing that I noticed, I've been playing some more vanilla lately, and in vanilla the docks don't shoot, and you don't realize how big it is until you start playing vanilla and realize how easily it is to lose water on vanilla without the shooting docks, and how hard it is versus on Titans to kill a player like Egyptian on water. As we do see the Pestilence from Urt going down on the Mista's buildings here, and getting as well Adafang's 2 barracks. So they have no buildings here that are able to produce military units right now.
Yeah, definitely. So Adafang does decide to help out the Mista in retaliation to Chef and Von Count doubling onto him. Now, of course, Mista doesn't want to lose any towers here. He wants to probably put more walls around there, because that's not a safe tower. Very vulnerable. Even though it's got walls around it, they can still attack it quite easily. Walls were not positioned properly in this case. Now Swedish Chef decides to go for a raid here with the Hussars. He hasn't upgraded them yet. Of course, they're Loki Hussars. He does see some gold villagers here. Looks like he's just going to pass them by.
Nope, he does notice them, and he's going to be able to kill all these here as well with the ox cart. Maybe spawn a myth unit if he gets lucky.
And Adafang wants to be careful. He doesn't. He wants to run those villagers back. Adafang will look like he will lose just one villager here. And we got some Hippocons there at the top of the map. However, the Ernajar should be able to deal with it.
Yeah, the Iron Jar is just a great unit for Norse. It's basically, if you have a few of them in your army, it's basically like a flaming weapons.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's considered one of the better classical myth units, without a doubt there. And of course, we see Von Count just attacking the docks here with his classical Zeus army. And Von Count has almost lost his water. He's only got like 6 fishing boats.
Yeah.
Compared to the Mista, which has a good 10 fishing boats.
And the Mista is throwing up 2 docks just south of that as well. And Count von Count needs to get ships out here to defend his land army against the ships of the Mista. You never want to lose a land army to ships on the water.
Looking at the top here, we have just attacking Spoft here. Not sure exactly what Spoft had planned. Looks like he's just got towers building here. Is he aging? Is
Nope.
Spoft aging? He does have a ceasefire. He is playing Poseidon.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was going for here. He doesn't have, he does have the 3 stables over, but not a lot of Hippocon pumping out. And he built those 2 towers without upgrading. He doesn't have upgraded towers even.
Now look at the water battle here between Spoft and Urt. So they're just about to go at it together. Both just adding boats. Of course, Adifang is very close and knit together with the Mista.
Now, why did he build these towers? Could it be for the militia? Because he's not upgrading them.
Towers are just essentially very strong with Poseidon. Especially because if you research correlations,
well, forget all that. He's not even he doesn't even have the upgrade for it. How many militia do you get?
You get 2 militia from the tower.
Okay.
However, once they're upgraded, the main thing he built the tower is for the upgrade. He got the upgrade in correlations, which does heavy damage versus.
Yeah, it was just a little bit perplexing that you would build 2 towers before you even could afford the upgrade, and he's only 50% in it.
Right.
As we do see Restoration going down on Count on Count and just pushing into this location.
Yeah, this is a huge battle going on down here. Of course, the Mista is prepared. He does got some axemen, some spearmen, and of course some slingers there. And he needs to deal with those archers. So excellent unit composition.
Yeah, we do see Spoth was heroic quite a while ago, and Chef just hitting heroic. So both pocket players doing some sort of fast heroic style, semi-fast heroic.
Now we see some raiding going on behind Adifang's base. He's losing quite a number of villagers. Well, he did there on the gold mine.
Yeah, as well as some raiding going on Adifang himself with the Hearser back in there. I noticed he killed a few Huntvilles earlier of Chef, so each pocket player doing some raiding with the Hearser in the back of the map.
Absolutely, and that's the thing with Loki players. Each team has a Loki player, so we can be expecting Hearser raiding on both sides. Now, of course, we see the water here on the left-hand side towards the 9 o'clock corner. We have Spoft and Urt going at it on the water. And looking at the fish here, of course, Spoft has a huge advantage. He's got maybe 12, 15 boats compared to Urt's 8. And so that's definitely an advantage for him in that sense. Of course, though, Urt does have 3 town centers compared to the one of Spoft, in which he's going for the 2nd town center now. Now, looking at Von Count, he's just essentially just trying to push through, poke through Mista's base.
Yeah, I don't really like that. He lost a lot of units. I think he should just grab town centers. Like a few minutes ago, he should have just stopped military production, grabbed a few town centers, and tried to boom.
Mista going to lose that Pharaoh. Not a smart move.
As we do see
Dionysus.
Spoth hitting Dionysus, and he is grabbing this town center here. He does have a ceasefire that he can utilize if this town center is threatened, but I don't think it will be. Art just not having the units to threaten that, as he does have 3 town centers.
At the top of the map, the Mista is doing quite well here at picking off some fishing boats.
Yeah, very well done.
Putting them off resources.
And he did. I did miss this that he did use the snakes in the water, which are very strong, pretty strong, and was able to hurt Count.
That's what snakes are all about. The snakes are essentially just to cover up that area, give you a little extra boost to your military action there on the sea.
Yeah, Count just losing a lot of land units just over and over, and
I want to shift the battle over to Urt here real quick. Urt and Spoft. Huge collaboration, or not perhaps a collaboration, but
army.
What do they call that?
Battle?
We'll
army?
Just call it army for now. A tense measurement going on here.
A
Between
tense
Spoke
measurement.
and
I
Ert.
like that. That's a good one.
And of course we have Adafang and just backing up. Spoke. Well, it looked like he was going to back him up, but it looks like he's going to take his Horsair somewhere else and do some raiding there.
Yeah, definitely. I don't even think that Spoaf needed any help. He had the counter cavalry in the what do they call it? Prodromos. Prodromos. Yes, those. He had the counter cav. He has better upgrades than Ert. Ert just probably doesn't have as many resources because he did the 3-town center. He doesn't have as big as army. And we see Chef going mythic and hitting Fimbulwinter.
Right away with that god power.
A 14-minute Fimbulwinter.
Devastating.
And Adafang as well.
It's
through
gonna hurt
mythic.
Everybody. And that god power it's just annoying, you know. It's just really annoying.
Adafang
hurts
taking
the
this
whole
center
team.
town center.
And it's really considered to be one of the best god powers in team play. It really is. I'd say more than Ragnarok itself. Ragnarok is something used in 1 vs 1 and more of a final battle kind of situation where in a team it's not so much used Ragnarok as in 1 vs 1 because a team game tend to go on into the late game. And so yes, that was a better decision made by him.
Yeah,
Of
what
course
about
he
the idea of, and we see Swedish Chef resigning.
Already, it looks like it's a good game. Because it just essentially that god power apparently didn't do enough damage, and the Mista was really containing himself well against Count Von Count and Swedish Chef. And of course, looking at the scores, they decided to just give up and call it a day.
Yep, Count Von Count lost way too many units on land.
Ever since, now I didn't really talk about this, but ever since Adafang took that middle TC, I think they were very discouraged and decided to call it quits.
Yep. Well, I did see that on the stream. I think Chef flared that out, and there was just nothing that they could do for it. They lost the big fight. They took the town center of the Mista, but they lost the fight. The Nihilog was able to come in and, you know, Count Von Count's not even heroic, and neither is Ert. Okay, so they were just so far behind, and they didn't see that they were going to win the game at all.
Well, it was quite a nice game to watch.
Let's just look at the post game here real quick.
Quite a nice game to watch, actually. Now, of course, Midgard is always going to be an aggressive map to play on.
Yeah, I really like Midgard. I think it's a great
It's really
map.
open. Lots of trees in between. Could perhaps made some walls. But good game nonetheless.
Yeah, and we could just by looking at the post game, you can just tell right here. Not to highlight anybody out, but Adafang 49 units killed, 12 units lost. Very strong play by Adafang, the center player here, and the post game pretty much just says it all. What you can't see from the game, now you see the numbers. Now you know why.